Hey everyone, hope you're having a great time at the LDI. I wanted to show you a few cool things you can do with your carabiner. So first and foremost, it works like a regular carabiner. Clip this to open it up. It's pretty strong. You can hang about 75 pounds on it. Don't climb on it. However, the loop in the middle here is not just decorative, it actually has a function. So the way you get to that function is, first off, you press the gate in and wedge it a little bit to the side, either way, to open it up. That's going to make the overall carabiner flex a little bit more, and once it does, you can pull it apart and pop that loop out. Before you do, let's just make note of how the loop is oriented, because you want it to go back that way. So there's a little split in the loop right there, and that's going to be against right in between the C and the S there of CCSF. The big bulky part goes toward the middle, but that loop, or the split in the loop, is always going to be against the red part of the carabiner. So pull it apart a little bit with your middle fingers here, and then you can pop it right out. It'd be very hard to pop out without pulling it apart, and it'd be hard to pull it apart without taking that gate out. So that's why we do those first two things. Now, once you've got this loop out, you can do a couple different things with it. First, let's say you've got keys, a water bottle, something with a loop on it itself. You put that object through this little split loop. Now we're going to line the white loop back up the way it was before. So that was like this. And with it in that orientation, keeping it that way, we're going to move the same object onto the carabiner. And if you've done it the right way, it'll slide right back in here. You're going to put this part under that little notch and flex the whole thing again, and it snaps back in place. Then we put the gate back in, and now you've got your carabiner with an object kind of semi-permanently attached to it, and you can use that to hang that on a bag, wherever. So that's the first way you can use it. Second way starts out the same way. We're going to take the gate open, pull it apart a little bit to pop that out, and now this time we're going to put that little split loop over, say, a handle on a bag. And we're going to do the same thing now. We're going to make sure we've got this lined up the same way, which is like that, with the loop against the bottom and the bulky part in the center. And now we're going to put the carabiner through the same object so that it lines up the right way. Oh, see? It's easy to get it the wrong way because I just got it the wrong way. So I actually want it like that. All right, so see how easy that was to fix? Okay, so now that goes in there, and we're going to do the same thing as before. Put the inner loop under the little notch near the gate, and once it's almost in place, flex the whole thing apart a little bit, snap it in place. And then we're going to put the gate back together, and now you've got your carabiner semi-permanently attached to your bag or whatever, and you can hang a water bottle on that, hang keys, whatever. So those are the two main ways you can use that loop in the center. And then the last thing I want to show you is if the carabiner, if you ever take it apart, because hey, it's fun to take stuff apart, the way it goes back together is first, we're going to put the center loop in just like we've been doing. Line it up so that the notch is against the red and the bulky part is in the center of the carabiner. And once it's in like that, you're going to flex the carabiner apart a little bit, snap it back in place. And now the gate, which I wouldn't recommend taking off. You shouldn't need to take it off for anything that you're using it for. And this part's a little bit harder to get off and on. But if you do take it apart, it won't come off on its own. But if you do take it apart, you're going to start out, first make sure that this little impression on the gate lines up there. So you don't want it that way, you want it this way. We're going to first put that part in there and pull this white piece open so that it ends up like that. And once it's lined up this way, you're going to press on it and kind of wiggle it a little bit until it pops in place. And now that second piece is inside the hole on the red part of the carabiner. And then do the same thing as we've been doing before, just flex that in and it's back together. It's hard to break. You can flex it one way or the other and you're not going to hurt it. And I hope you have fun with it. I hope it's a reminder of the fun LDI weekend, and thanks everyone for participating.